I'm so lazy, I'm gonna vlog from my bed today. How was your Christmas and New Year's and all that jive? I had a great Christmas. I had a bunch of friends over. About 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it started hailing and it was amazing. We decided it would be a smart idea to go up onto my roof. Well, not up onto my roof. I live above some shops and I've got this large window in my bedroom that enters onto a bunch of roofs. Yeah, anyway, we decided to go out there and just be in the rain, in the hail, and it was just a fantastically amazing primordial kind of moment. But it could have ended badly, as there was hail the size of golf balls. So that was really good. I forced my friends to watch the Mexican Santa Claus film, and that went well for about 5 minutes before they started getting bored. New Year's was great. I normally hate New Year's just because, it's just too much hard work and there's just too much peer pressure to have a good time, and I never have a good time. But I had a great time this New Year's. I've been playing a lot of the new WWE video game. So on the morning of New Year's Eve, I won every single belt at WrestleMania. Yes, every single WWE belt. But I soon lost one to that damn Triple H. I hate him so much. And then I went with my friend Dimmy to go see Brock Lesnar fight. I don't know, what was that guy's name? It was something Ovaries. And that was quite disappointing, as the match was 14 months in the making and it went for about 2 minutes and Brock Lesnar got his ass handed to him. And I like UFC, but not as much as wrestling, because, wrestling is a little bit contrived, but it's never boring. If this match happened within the world of wrestling, I don't think it would have been so disappointing. I think it would have been awesome, just because it would have had a better outcome than just, Brock being destroyed and retiring. So after that, I went to a friend's party, and it was good. It was a low-key party. And towards, the end of the night, this guy came and my friend kind of introduced us to him, and it was clear that my friend didn't really know him that well, and it was clear that this guy was completely off his tits. So I'm talking to some people and I'm just trying to get him into the conversation to be polite, and also I was kind of sussing him out because he just didn't seem right. So we're chatting and he wanted to hold my arm, and I had no good reason not to give him my arm, and I gave him my arm partly, once again, just to suss him out. And I thought, if this guy is going to snap or do something inappropriate, I'd much rather he do it to me than somebody else, because just with my job, I think I'm just a little bit better prepared to kind of handle those situations. Anyway, so I gave him my arm, and basically he wanted to bend it in places it doesn't really bend. And I just politely took my arm back and I said, "No, we're not going to do this." Then he looks at me and goes, "What's your feelings about the West Memphis 3? Well, he didn't say it like that. He said it in a normal tone. And I go, yeah, they should be released. I think they're actually released now. Thinking that's the polite, correct answer to give to that question. And he snaps. He goes, "What? What?" And then he wanted to grab my arm again to break it, I guess. And it was kind of good. We got him out politely and calmly, and it could have ended really messy. And in my job, a large portion of it is talking substance-affected people out of situations. And basically, I used dialogue and lines I use at work every single night. It was just a simple, mate, come on, it's time to leave. You can leave now, and all is going to be forgiven, and tomorrow we'll laugh about it, or we're going to call the police, they're going to take you to the drunk tank, and what kind of night is that? Yeah, so that ended all good. And then after that, I went to a warehouse party and pretended I was a young raver and much, much cooler than I actually am. But that was good. What else? My fan letter got read out on the Alternative Cinema podcast. If you've never listened to it, you have to listen to it because it's a great podcast. It's oddly enough, it's ran by the guys that run Alternative Cinema. Alternative Cinema releases a lot of retro grindhouse movies, a lot of softcore stuff, and the podcast is fantastic. It's really, really entertaining. They have a lot of kind of cool older guests that were around when 42nd Street was like a thing. A lot of people that were there at the start of the VHS boom. And yeah, they read out my letter, and it was the greatest moment of my life. What else? I haven't been watching a lot of movies. I watched a couple. I've been rewatching a lot of Jackie Chan. And I'll actually, I might find the clip and insert it, like, here.
Hello. 你冇事嘛？冇事，不過我終於證實到一樣嘢。證實乜嘢？呢個世界上真係有地心吸力㗎。拉晒啲人返去。Yes, sir.
In this scene, what really struck me isn't the fact that he falls a zillion stories and lands on his neck. It's the fact that he gets up and starts spurting out dialogue. That is amazing. Just you don't see stuff like this anymore. I don't think you can see stuff like this anymore. I'm pretty sure doing that scene now would be illegal or something. I also saw a really good documentary called Raging Bull, which is about Uwe Boll, and just all the negative press he got for directing House of the Dead and Alone in the Dark. And it's a really, really good documentary. I'm actually a really big Uwe Boll fan. And it kind of talks about his life and just everything he's overcome. And it's really, really worth watching. You may not like his films, you may not even like him as a human being, but I think you have to respect everything this man's done. He is the ultimate Hollywood outsider. In the last 10 years, he's personally raised 175 million euro. Who does that to fund films? Like, anyway, if you love him, if you hate him, it's well worth checking out. And the documentary is kind of, but you might remember he challenged for internet critics to a boxing match, and so the documentary is primarily about that and him getting ready for the matches. And it's so amazing seeing him beat the shit out of these four guys. And yeah, he really teaches them about the real world. What else? I'm working on a couple of reviews. Some of you might have seen a review I did. I didn't load it on YouTube because it was too long. I loaded it on my Blip account. It was for a movie called A Thief in the Night, which was a 70s Christian rapture film. That film had 3 sequels, so I've reviewed them. I'm just currently editing them now, and they're quite long, and I go in depth. And reviewing these films almost killed me. Yeah, they almost set me insane just because they're so terrible. The best way to describe them is that the filmmakers had the first part of the conversation in their head, and then they filmed the second half. And to understand what's actually going on, it's kind of like you basically kind of have to think in reverse. But I found a lot of good stuff about the films, and I don't think they're very well known. Well, I don't think they're very well known because they're not very fun to watch. They're not particularly campy. They're just dry and heavy. So hopefully I'll get them out before Easter, because those 4 films were actually supposed to be my Easter special for last year, but I didn't quite get on to doing them in time. Other than that, I'm just going to start, I'm just going to review the normal mixture of sci-fi original and Lifetime original movies, and I might review, I forget the name, I think Alfredo Bozzoni or something. He made 4 awful Star Wars ripoff films. I think one was called Space Odyssey, War of the Robots, War of the Planets, and The Beast in Space. I might do in-depth reviews on those. I've been trying to watch them over the last couple of days, and they're just so hard to watch, even for me, who, I'll pretty much watch anything without complaining. But yeah, we'll see how I go. I think that's about it. Back at work, had a week off over Christmas. It was really good. So I guess just keep on watching. Tell your friends, and I'm going to try to upload a lot more video this year, and hopefully I'll entertain you guys, and you'll have a really good time. Okay, so thanks. I guess this vloggy thing's gone far too long, but yeah, thanks for watching, and I guess I'll talk to you soon. Toodles!